ॐ भूर्भुवः स्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्। ॐ शांति शांति शांति। Namaskar my dear friends, this is video number 4 on Adi Shankaracharya's holy book Aproksha Anubhuti, that is self-realization. I start video number 4 with stanza number 37. तत्र एव च समाख्यात स्वं ज्योतिर्तिः पुरुषः जडः परप्रकाशे अयं कथं स्यादेहकः पुमान्. Tatraiva cha, there again Purusah, the Purusha, Swam Jyotihi, self-illumined, he expletive, Samakhyat is clearly stated. Tata so, I am this Zad inert, Parprakasha, illumined by an external agent, Dehaka, etc. There again it is clearly stated that the Purusha is self-illumined. So how can the body which is inert, insentient and illumined by an external agent be the Purusha? There again in the same Brihadaranyaka we have here in dream the Purusha is self-illumined. प्रोक्तो अपि कर्मकाण्डेन हयात्मा देहादिविलक्षणः नित्यश्च तत्फलं भुङ्क्ते देहपातादनन्तरम्. He since कर्मकाण्डेन by the karma kanda api also Atman देहात from the body. विलक्षण है different, नित्य है permanent च and प्रोक्ता is declared yat as dehapadantaram after the fall of the body. Tatphalam, the results of actions bhuktam undergoes. Moreover, the Karma Kanda also declares that the Atma is different from the body and permanent as it endures even after the fall of the body and reaps the fruits of actions done in this life. Moreover, the Kramkanda declares the Kramkanda is that portion of the Veda which inculcates the performance of religious acts, sacrifices, and ceremonies, laying down in detailed rules and regulations for the guidance of its votaries. The followers of the Kramkanda do not believe in an Iswara or God. Nevertheless, they believe in a permanent individual soul which is quite different from the body and which survives the destruction of the latter as a sort of apurva, the abiding result of karma. So not only the Jnana Kanda, the Upanishads, but the Karma Kanda also asserts that Atma is different from the body. Stanza number 39. Lingam chanek sanyuktam chalam drishyam vikari cha avyapakasrupam tat katham sayat pumaynayam. Lingam, the subtle body, cha even. Anek sanyuktam, consisting of many parts, chalam, unstable, drishyam, an object of perception, vikari, changeable, cha and avyapakam, limited, asadrupam, non-existent by nature, tata so katham how. I am this subtle body, Puman Purusha, Sayat can be. Even the subtle body consists of many parts and is unstable. It is also an object of perception. is changeable, limited, and non-existent by nature. So, how can this be the Purusha? The subtle body, etc. It consists of 17 parts, which the intellect, mind, five organs of perception, five organs of action, and five vital forces or five subtle elements. Stanza number 40. एवं देहदिवादनम आत्मा पुरुष ईश्वर है सर्वात्मा सब सर्वरूपश्च सर्वा अतीतो हम व्यः एवं दस आत्मा आत्मन देहद्वयात् from these two bodies अन्य different ahem the substratum of I, the ego, Avya, immutable, Purusha, Ishvara, Sarvatma, the self of all, Savrupa, having all forms, Sarvatit, transcending everything, Cha, and the immutable Atma, the substratum of the ego, is thus different from these two bodies and is the Purusha, the Isvara, the Lord of all, the Self of all. It is present in every form and yet transcends them all. Stanza 41. इत्यातं देह भागेन परपश्चय जैव सत्यता यथोक्ता तर्कशास्त्रेण तत किम पुरुषार्थता इति thus atam de bhagen by enunciating the difference between the atma and the body palpastyav satyata indeed the reality of the phenomenal world yatha as Tarkshastren by Tarkshastra Ukta is said Tatha in the same way Ukta is ascertained Tata so kim purusarthata siddhati what ends of human life are served. Thus the enunciation of the difference between the Atma and the body has indirectly asserted indeed after the manner of the Tarkashastra, the reality of the phenomenal world. But what ends of human life are served thereby? Tarkashastra, the science of logic, Nyaya, or treatises like Sankhya and Yoga, and those of the Lokayatikas, which mostly follow the method of inference in arriving at their respective conclusions. Here, it especially refers to Sankhya, which, with the help of Tarka logic, tries to establish the final duality of Prakriti and Purusha, and in Prakriti or the material principle that constitutes the phenomenal world as is eternal and coexistent with Purusha, the conscious principle. What ends of human life are served? There are generally four ends of human life, which dharma or performance of duty, artha or attainment of worldly prosperity, kama or satisfaction of desires, and moksha or final liberation from the bondage of ignorance, of which the first three are but secondary as they are only helps to the last, which is the summum bonum. But this last one, the liberation from the bondage of ignorance, will never be attained unless a person realizes non-duality and becomes one with it and thus removes even the last vestige of duality from the mind. But the establishment of duality is only an obstacle to such realization and drives persons away from the path of liberation. It therefore serves no real purpose in human life. But the object of showing the difference between Atma and the body is not to prove the reality of the body and thus establish the duality of Atma and the body, but only to meet the opponents who hold the view that this body is Atma. It will be shown in the following stanzas that there is no such thing as body. It is Atma that alone exists. Stanza number 42. Ityatam इत्या आतं देहे भेदेन देहातं तवं निवारितम् इदानीं देभेदस्य अवश्यत्वं सपुटमुच्यते इति thus atam de bheden by the enunciation of the difference between the atma and the body de atam tom the view that the body is the atma Nivaritam denied idanim now. They Vedasya, the difference between the body and the Atma. He expletive as Sattvam, unreality, Safutam, clearly, Uchyate is stated. Thus the view that the body is the Atma has been denounced by the enunciation of the difference between the Atma and the body. Now is clearly stated the unreality of the difference between the two. The unreality of the difference, etc., that the body has no existence independent of the Atma, just as the waves do not exist independently of water. In fact, the Atma alone exists, and it is through ignorance that one sees it as appearing in the form of the body and the like. Stanza number 43. Chaitanya se karbu atman dedo yukto ne kirhichita jivatvam che mirsa geyam rajjo sarp girho yatha. Chaitanya of consciousness ek रूपत्वात् on account of uniformity Grihita at any time Veda division nay not yukta admissible bhavati is yatha just as Rajjo in the rope Sarpagraha perception of a snake Mirsa false tatha so Jivtvam the individuality of the Jiva Cha also Mirsa false Gayam must be known. No division in consciousness is admissible at any time as it is always one and the same. Even the individuality of the jiva must be known as false, like the delusion of a snake in a rope. It is always one and the same. The contents of consciousness may vary, but consciousness as such remains always uniform, just as the light of the sun remains the same while illuminating various objects. Stanza number 44. रजोज्ञानात् अक्षणे एव यद्यवज्जो सर्पिणी भाति तद्विचित्तः साक्षम दिव अक्षरकारेण केवला Yadvat, just as Rajjnanat, through the ignorance of rope, Rajurhi, the very rope, Aksneya, in an instant, Sarpini, a female snake, Bhati, appears, Tadvata, in the same way, Kevala, pure Chitti, consciousness, Saksat, without undergoing any change, Vishwakaran, in the form of the phenomenal universe, Bhati appears as through the ignorance of the real nature of the rope, the very rope appears in an instant as a snake, so also does pure consciousness appear in the form of the phenomenal universe without undergoing any change. Without undergoing any change. When a rope appears as a snake, nobody can say that any change has been wrought upon the rope. Similarly, pure consciousness appears as the so-called material universe without undergoing any change whatsoever. Stanza 45. Upadanam parpascha brahmano anyen vidyate tasmat sarv parpancho yayam brahmaivasti ne chetratah. Purpose of the phenomenal universe Brahmane Anyate other than Brahma. Upadanam material cause, nay not vidyate is tasmat therefore. I am this Sarvapurpose entire phenomenal universe. Brahma ev Brahma alone. Asti is not itartha and anything else. There exists no other material cause of this phenomenal universe except Brahma. Hence, this whole universe is but Brahma and nothing else. The whole universe is but Dharma, because the effect is never different from the cause. A pot is never different from the earth of which it is made. The name then forms that differentiate the effect from the cause are but conventional and are found non-existent when their nature is inquired into. व्याप व्यापः व्यापकता मिथ्या सर्व आत्मेति शासनात् इति ज्ञाते परे तत्वे भेदस्यावसरः कुतः सर्वं everything atma atma iti शासनात् from such a declaration of the Shruti. Vyapya Vyapakta, the idea of the pervaded and the pervading. Mithya, false, Bhavati is iti, this pare, the supreme. Tattve, truth, Gyate, Sati, being realized. Kuta, where Bhedasya, of distinction, Avsara, Ruma, Asti is, therefore. From such declaration of the Shruti as all this is Atma, it follows that the idea of the pervaded and the pervading is illusory. This supreme truth being realized, where is the room for any distinction between the cause and the effect? From such a declaration, it refers to the passage. These Brahmins and Kshatriyas, these lokas, regions, gods, Vedas, and beings, in short, everything is this Atma. Stanza number 47. Shrutya nivaritam nunam nanatvam saumukhe nahi katham bhaso bhavedanne sitate chvadakarane. Nunam certainly saumukhe nahi directly shrutva by the Shruti nanatvam manifoldness nivaritam is denied adve karane non-dual cause sthite sati remaining established katham how bhasha appearance anne another bhavet should be. Certainly the Shruti has directly denied manifoldness in Brahma, the non-dual cause being an established fact. How could the phenomenal universe be different from it? The Shruti has directly, etc. The Shruti passage runs as follows. After hearing from a competent teacher, one should realize with the help of a pure mind that there is no manifoldness in this Brahma, the non-dual cause being an established fact, etc. The positing of the non-dual Brahma as the final reality by the Shruti cuts at the root of all causality. For a cause always presupposes an effect which it produces and which is evidently different from it in some respect or other. But when there is only one, how is it possible for a second thing and effect to come into existence? The truth is that the non dual Brahma or Atma never causes anything. It is through ignorance that one sees this world and thinks of Brahma as its cause. Stanza number 48. दोषा अपि विहितः श्रुत्या मृत्यो मृत्युं स गच्छति इह पश्यति नानात्वं मायया वच्चितो नरः. Nara, the person Maya by Maya illusion vanchita hasana being deceived in this nanatvam variety pashyati sees sah he myrtu from death myrtyum to death gachati goes iti thus shruta by the shruti dosa blame api as well vihita is pronounced. Moreover, the Shruti has condemned the belief in variety in the words. The person who, being deceived by Maya, sees variety in this Brahma goes from death to death. Goes from death to death, that is born and dies again and again. The reference is to such Shruti text as he who sees variety in this, that is Dharma, passes from death to death. Brihadaranyaka Upanishad, chapter 4.4.19. In other words, unless a person realizes the non-dual Atma which is evidently without birth and death, there is no escape for him from the cycle of rebirth. I end this chapter number 4 here, and the next video number 5 will start with stanza number 49. Thank you for watching this video. Please like, comment and share the video and subscribe the channel. Thanks a lot. Namaskar my dear friends.